Welcome to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti. My guest this evening is Sandy Clark, who is with the Old Saybrook Torchlight Committee. Sandy, welcome. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good to see you again.
Good to be here.
We do this every year, so welcome again.
Yep, thank you. Good to be here.
It's been a whole year since you and I sat down and talked
has.
about the Torchlight Parade.
Yep.
So can you maybe tell us a little bit about the Old Saybrook Torchlight Parade? I understand this is the 52nd year?
Yes, it is.
Excellent.
Yep. So originally, we started with the Colonial Saybrook Fifes and Drums.
Okay.
And as a marching unit, we used to do a lot of parades around the state and out of state. We would do parades. And then Bill Reed is the one that kind of came up with the idea of having a Christmas parade. Okay. There isn't anyone like it in New England at all. And so we decided to just have it in December. Okay. And that started in 1970, if it's the 52nd year. I think my math is right. So, yeah. So we've been doing it every year since. And we've got, you know, now it's really blown into floats and other marching units besides fife and drums. But it did start out with just fifes and drum chorus, and some militia units and some pipes and drums as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, how did you guys handle the couple of years during COVID? Obviously, no parade, or how? No,
so we didn't have it in 20.
Okay.
21, Kenny and Chris Reed, the grandsons of Bill Reed, actually got Essex Sailing Masters together, and they just did a little march, just kind of in honor of his grandfather. Oh, cool. And they marched down because that really would have been like the 50th or something really important. And Bill Reed had passed away like the year before, and so they wanted to do something, so we did that. Otherwise, we did not have the parade. Yeah.
Now,
the full parade.
Yeah. Now, as far as the parade goes, now it's always the second Saturday in December.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah. That makes it easy for people to remember. So if they're ever, trying to figure out when it's going to be, it's always the second Saturday. Always at 6 o'clock at night. Yeah. And usually always the same route.
And what is the route?
The route is the fife and drum course start at the corner of Coulter Street and Main Street, right by Liberty Bank. Yeah. And that's where, like, the Cub Scouts, the Girl Scouts, and we have some dance schools coming. Okay. And some other groups are coming to just march with no music. All right. And then the floats we ask to march to line up along the road by the monkey farm going down to the train station. Sure. And whatever order they happen to be there in is the order they go in the parade. Gotcha. And they usually go after the musical units, because some of those have pretty loud music, and it drowns out the fifes and drums. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the parade route starts from the road where the monkey farm is, and it goes all the way up Main Street?
It actually starts right, we'll start with the fife and drum chorus right out of Coulter Street. Oh, okay. Yep. That will be first, and then the floats will follow behind.
Gotcha. And then you guys go all the way up Main Street into, where's the reviewing stand?
It's on the right-hand side as you're heading towards the firehouse. Okay. And down towards like St. John's Church. Yep. Sure. Down there. Sure. And then the floats continue straight, and the drum corps kind of turn in towards where the Kate is. Okay. And then it ends there. Yeah. Yep.
And obviously, we're hoping for nice weather on Saturday.
Yes, we've had all kinds of weather, as you can figure out. We've had everything from warm weather to snowy weather to windy and rain and sleet. We've had the whole gamut. So, yep, looking forward to a good Saturday.
Absolutely. Now, does the Torchlight Parade go off weather permitting, or in every type of weather?
Every type of weather. Okay. It may be a smaller parade, but any kind of weather. We have canceled it once for a full-out blizzard, and that was it. Yeah.
Oh, that had to be a hard call to make.
It was very hard.
That had to be a hard call
to make. We didn't want to do it, but we weren't going to have any drum corps there anyway. So, and the floats, it's too dangerous.
Exactly. So from what I understand, there's also drum corps from Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Rhode Island, and Vermont that come down?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. We usually have one from Pennsylvania, a big corps, but they can't make it this year. Okay. But we usually have quite a few corps. I think we've got about 26 lined up. And we have some militia units in there too. Okay. And we also have the Governor's Foot Guard coming. And they've come every year, again, wearing their uniforms, weather permitting. Yep. And sometimes there's only a few of them, but hopefully the weather will be nice and they will be there in full uniform.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
And as far as so there's always a lot of floats, correct?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And there are floats that I don't even know about. Usually I do ask people to register so that we get a sense of, how long the parade might be
who's
and how many.
coming
Yeah,
and-
you're right. And so there's usually a few surprises.
I
But
was going to say, I'm sure there's a few that
yeah.
just show up the day of the.
Oh, yeah.
They watch the weather, and if the weather's going
Yeah.
to be great, they make a last-minute call to show up. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's like, no, we're not coming.
Right, and that's okay. We don't mind. We'll take all the floats because they really do dress up their floats really nicely, and I think they're in competition with each other anyways.
Oh, you
They
think
see
so?
what each other does every year, and they really try to outdo themselves. So no, it's really good.
What types of floats have you seen over the years?
Oh gosh, we've got the fire engines that are all decorated.
Yeah.
M&J Bus puts in this wonderful decorated bus every year, and Connecticut Water Company. I'm not really sure what they do, but it's always big.
Okay.
We have some Army vehicles coming. The marinas usually do a boat of some kind on a trailer. And then we've got the other participants who just have a flatbed, trailer
Yep.
with some sort of a theme on it with Christmas going on. And so you can see just about anything. Yep.
And obviously, people are very supportive of the parade.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I would love to try to figure out how many people actually come, but they are like 10 deep.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've been there,
Oh,
10
sure.
deep
Oh, yeah.
on either side of the road, and it's hard to even get a spot to see.
Absolutely.
So, no, it's really great.
So obviously, if you're looking for a good spot along the parade route, get there early.
Yes, yeah. If you want to find a place to park on the route, yes. And park on the side, the east side, no, I'm sorry, the west side of the road. That's the side it goes down.
Okay. And if people want a good spot, good parking spot, and good vantage point of the parade, how early do you think they should get there?
Oh gosh, the merchants along Main Street,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
they all have their own activities that go on. Some
The
maybe
merchants
do
have
hot.
activities too?
I think what they do
Some of
is
them?
they might offer like hot chocolate
Oh, okay.
or different things outside of their restaurants
okay.
and things. So I mean, it's great because it brings a lot of people to the town.
Absolutely. And you want to go support your local business.
Yeah.
You never know, they might
Yeah.
have stay and have dinner at one point.
Right,
and then-
exactly. And I think that's what a lot of people do. They come, they park, they find a place to have dinner. Some people will just bring a bag dinner with them
Right.
and just sit there and eat it and wait for the parade. But people do all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Start to finish, how long is the parade?
I would say it's over an hour,
Okay.
maybe hour to an hour and a half. It really depends upon how many units show up. It's hard to tell.
And you probably won't know how many units are going to show up probably till like Saturday morning.
I won't know until they get there.
Oh, oh, it's one of those.
I mean,
It's one of those.
I have confirmations
Right.
on the fife and drum corps. Those I have, and I have a lot of confirmations on the floats.
Okay.
And the other marching units, like the Cub Scouts, Girl
Yep.
Scouts, and whatnot. Like I said, there's people that show up that I don't even know about. And then there's drum corps that, I forgot to send my registration in, but they've been doing it for so many years.
Right.
They just come, which is fine.
They
We're
just,
good.
They just,
We're good
they
with
just
that.
show up.
Yeah.
Any fife and drum corps you can tell us about off the top of your head that you know are coming?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Westbrook Drum Corps, the
Yep.
Junior Colonials are coming. Both Deep River Corps are coming. Higginham, Haddam, Colchester, Marlborough. We've got Pete's Pirates are coming. We've got Taggart Pipes and Drums coming. We've got, it's called a unit called Black River. They're from the Vermont area.
Yep.
And, so a bunch of others. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Now, if people want more information, I understand there's an email address that they
Yes.
can email to.
Yep.
What is it?
It is Old Saybrook
Yeah.
Torchlight Parade at gmail.com.
Okay.
And we also have a website, which
Right.
is new this year.
I was on it this morning. Nice
Oh,
job.
great.
Nice
great.
job.
Well, my son did that. He did a good job.
He did.
And so we're kind of building it out. But
Yep.
that's where people can go to register. And that address is Old Saybrook Torchlight, no parade at the end.com.
Yep.
And you can find information there. The parade lineup is there for the Fife and Drum Corps.
Okay.
That's on there. And if anybody wants to register, whether it be a float or a marching unit or a Fife and Drum Corps, they can also go out there and fill out a registration form. and I will answer them.
And you guys are also looking for people, if individuals want to carry torches and be a member of the parade.
Yep.
You can also do that as well.
Yes, yep. Each unit, we used to try to have 2 torches with each unit.
Yeah.
The marching units, of course.
Right.
And so if anybody wants to carry a torch, you just need to go down to Liberty Bank I would say by 4:45,
Right.
5:45, excuse me. No later, and just try to find one of the people that are coordinating the units.
I'm sure they won't be hard to find.
Oh no, and the torches I believe they still lean them against the building, so somebody will be there to give you some guidance around that. Yeah.
Just in case you don't know what you're doing.
Well, and they'll light it for you when the time comes.
Yeah.
When the time comes, right? They will light it. Yep.
And hopefully it's not too windy, because you don't want your torch to blow out in the middle of the parade. It's like, huh?
That has happened.
Has it? No.
Oh yeah. Torches have gone out, but it is what it is. They just keep marching along. Can't do anything about it.
No.
Right.
No.
And at the end, they just hand off. There's somebody down at the end to take them away from them.
Oh, is there?
And pack them away. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
And I'm assuming you guys have the ceremonial elected officials marching in the parade.
Yes, we do. We have the first selectman and a few others.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have the Historical Society usually comes. Yep. And so we have a few other marching units. They're usually right at the beginning of the parade.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. And then
yeah.
they have, now who's on the reviewing stand?
Well, I believe Carl Fortuna goes up there when he gets
when he gets off the parade, he jumps on the reviewing stand.
Yeah, and there'll be a few others. I'm sure he's the one that actually designates who goes there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sandy, would you mind sticking around for another segment?
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back.
Typically, 40% of all charitable donations are received during the last few weeks of the year. The BBBY's Giving Alliance urges potential donors to research charities before giving to ensure their generous contributions are going to trustworthy organizations. Watch out for name similarities. When charities seek support for the same cause, their names are often similar. Before you give, be sure you have the exact name of the charity to avoid a case of mistaken identity. Review the website carefully. A responsible charity will include its mission and programs, measurable goals, and concrete criteria that describe its achievements. You should also be able to find information on their finances. Keep in mind the type of work a charity does will affect its costs. Avoid impromptu donation decisions to unfamiliar organizations. Take time to do your research. Remember, responsible organizations will welcome a gift tomorrow as much as they do today. Verify a charity at bbbsgive.org. Where possible, donate to the charity through their website and use a credit card. For more holiday tips from Better Business Bureau, go to bbb.org/holiday.
Welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mezzetti Show. I'm Pete Mezzetti, sitting here with Sandy Clark from the Saybrook Torchlight Parade. Sandy, welcome back. How are we?
Good. We're doing
Excellent.
good.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, Sandy, if people want to do a float, can you maybe tell us a little bit about the criteria and what you guys are expecting as far as what the design of the float should look like?
Oh, sure. And we'll, pretty much, some people just do, their trucks and they decorate them with Christmas-themed lights or a tree or music.
Right.
There are some flatbeds that come in.
Yep.
So they can do just about anything, but we do ask that if you do put a float in and you've got people on the float, not to throw candy out to the crowd. And the reason for that is because it is dark out.
Yep.
There's a lot of big trucks, and we just don't want the kids running out into the road.
Exactly.
Now, some floats also have people walking along the side of them.
Yep.
And they can hand things out, candy
hand
canes
stuff out,
or
right.
whatever they want to do, but we just ask that they do not, they don't throw anything.
Absolutely.
For safety reasons.
Absolutely.
Of course. And again, they just should be Christmas themed, and they can have music. So we have a radio station that plays pretty loud music the whole way.
Okay.
And Nice. Keep with the theme of the season.
Very nice.
Yep.
And as far as, maybe tell us a little bit about, in more detail, I know we talked about this in the first segment, the history of the parade.
Yeah, so, originally in the colonial days, they would have a drummer go to town green, right?
Yep.
And they would drum, and that would be a signal for all the townspeople to come into town. There's something important going on. There's some news to be shared, and all the townspeople would gather. So that's kind of the basis upon which we formed the Torchlight Parade, thinking, okay, let's bring all the people together, bring the drums, the fifes, and people will come, which they do. Right. So
Absolutely.
this kind of summons the people to the town. And they all, the news, of course, is that Christmas is coming, and, let's get into the holiday spirit, and everybody really enjoys it. There are people who will carry, like, lights of some sort, lanterns along the way. I know I've seen that over the years. They'll maybe a battery candle they might carry.
Right.
So it's nice to see that. A lot of the kids will hold a battery candle. So think about bringing something like that to the parade.
I was going to say, you can certainly bring something like that to the parade.
Yeah.
But if you also want to be courageous, you can also carry your own torch, which is going to be lit by fire.
Yeah,
on the parade.
Those torches are real fire. So you do want to be, a little bit older. We can't have any young kids do it because they're actually pretty heavy too.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, although I think they've gotten some new ones since I've held a torch. But
Got you.
Yeah. I think you should be a little bit older and be able to hold it for the duration of the parade. So just keep that in mind when people go up to the end of the parade. You might be disappointed.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, I wanted to mention is that the fife and drum chorus, most of them will dress with, lights on their fifes or their drums. So it's also nice to see them. They don't always wear their uniforms like they typically would. So sometimes the whole corps will be themed Christmas, and it's kind of fun to watch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, very nice.
And over the years, obviously there are a lot of people who go to this parade. Any idea how many?
Oh, gosh.
Roughly?
I would say, I don't know, I want to say 5,000 maybe. I don't really know.
Right.
I wish I did. On our website, I'm going to ask that. Maybe next year, we've been getting a lot of hits on the website, visitors and people interested to see what it is. I'm going to see, we're evolving the website, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to try to get something in there where they can check a box off that says, will be coming, interested in coming, that kind of a thing. So maybe we can get a sense that way. But we've had almost 2,000 hits on it.
Wow.
And that's just since November.
Wow.
So, yeah. So people are finding it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And what types of information can people find on the website?
It gives a little bit of the history.
Okay.
It will, ask you if you want to be on an email distribution list, like to, be reminded of any events coming up that we have. And again, you can register there. Yep. And there's also the lineup, the parade lineup, and this is the lineup just for the floats.
Right.
I'm sorry, not the floats, just for the fife and drum chorus, because we have to put them in a particular order.
Right.
And then we filter in, like, the dance groups in between, as they go. We just kind of filter them in between because it separates the music, too.
Right,
And you're not hearing, both drum corps at the same time.
No.
So, yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's well organized. Sounds to me like it's well organized.
I do the best I can.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no. And what do you do the day of the parade? Obviously, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off.
Most of my work is done in September, where I'm getting all the invitations out. Now it's going to be a little bit, kind of a little bit of both next year. The invitation, mailed invitations and the website, kind of push the website out. But I do all the invitations, and I, for each of the units that come to the parade, there's like a ribbon that they get for their flag and a certificate. And we also sell these, I should have brought one, muster buttons. They're, they're 50-cent button. They're collectibles. All the fife and drum corps collect them at every muster that they go to.
Yeah.
Everyone has them. So we have it for the Torchlight.
Okay.
And, there'll be people that'll come and buy them. They're 50 cents a piece. And we also have posters that we sell for like a quarter.
Okay.
So it's just a little remembrance of it.
Cool.
And that you can find at the tent at the end by the Kate. And that's where I'll be.
Okay.
At the end, doing that.
And what else is going to be under the tent?
They have light refreshments. They have
Okay.
like cookies and donuts
Gotcha.
and hot chocolate.
Oh, there you
too.
go.
Yeah. So that's also down there.
Hopefully it's not too cold overnight on Saturday.
No, I know. I've been checking the weather. I check it every day now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Leading up to it. You
Yeah,
have to do
right,
that.
right,
So
right.
There's no rain yet. So
No.
that's good.
Shh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
I think it's actually going to clear out. Hopefully it wasn't like it was last Saturday, this past weekend.
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
that was
terrible. Terrible.
that was horrible.
Yeah. I'll take a night like tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So will I. So will I'm sure.
I really don't mind the cold as much as I mind the rain. You know,
the rain, the wind. Yeah, no.
Because people don't come.
No.
People won't come out with the rain. So.
I'm assuming you guys go, even if it is a little rainy,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
snowy.
Yep. Yep.
Like you said
Oh
earlier.
yeah, we've had snow, so yeah, it'll go.
Like you said, it's only been canceled once.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was because of a blizzard.
Yep. That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
oh boy.
Yeah, full-blown blizzard. And we can't, it was like last minute, but I kept getting calls left and right, you know, are we having it, not having it, you know, we can't come.
Yeah.
You know, because they can't risk their drums either.
No, of
because
course not.
they are, you know,
Oh yeah.
you can't get them wet, you know, too wet,
No.
I guess, not snowy.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It probably would not be too well to get them all wet. And
Right.
then they're
No.
probably not.
No. And of course, the governor's foot guard won't wear their
Yeah.
have those high
Uh-huh.
hats and uniforms, then they won't come. Sometimes they'll come and just march in
Right.
their regular clothes.
Yeah. Merchant Street
Yep.
clothes.
Yep. Yep.
Over the years,
Mm-hmm.
has anyone famous ever marched?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
No.
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 Well, you
No.
never know.
No. You don't. Of course, maybe there was somebody there I didn't know.
Exactly.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly.
Usually my work is done, and the day of, I'm just get over there and I do my little job, and
And then you probably breathe and say, "Oh, thank God it's over."
yeah.
Give you a couple days, and then got to start planning for next year.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. But we have also, you know, Chris and Kenny Reed. I want to make sure I mention them
Yeah,
because they
please.
take
Who are
care
they?
of, you know, getting the tent set up, and
Okay.
coordinating the Saybrook Police, and
Yep.
you know, making sure all those sorts of things are done. You know,
Yes, all
I'll handle the
the logistical
invitations. They do
stuff.
the other stuff. Yeah.
They do all the
Yeah.
logistical stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the town has been very supportive of you guys
yeah.
with the parade and
Always.
over
always
the
has
years.
been. Yep. Always has been. Yep.
And what types of information can people find on the website?
Definitely information around, you know, the kind of the history of the parade. We also did provide, I did put up the lineup and registration
Right.
for it. Yeah, we are still building that out, and
Right.
hopefully it will get expanded a little bit more. We do have photos.
Okay.
And hopefully, you know, we'll get some additional ones this year.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice.
Come out there.
Now tell us a little bit, we got a little bit more time left. Tell us about the history of the parade.
Yep, the history is, again, Bill Reed is the kind of the one who thought of doing this,
Okay.
to have something unique happening in the state and over the winter, because, you know, again, there aren't any winter parades.
No.
Well, you know, towns like Mystic now are doing like light parades
Right.
or boat parades,
Yep.
but they don't have the fife and drum corps in it like we do.
No.
So, so it's kind of nice, and we've just done it for years and years. I mean, I've been there, I hate to say that I've been there just about every single year. The only time I wasn't there was when my children were babies, and now they help at the, you know, help getting people lined up with my husband, and Kenny and Chris are down at the beginning of the parade, and they get everybody lined up.
There you go.
But,
Now, speaking of the parade and lining people up, can we maybe talk about that?
Sure.
As far as the floats and
Yep.
where should they?
So the floats, if anybody does have a question about that, you know, they can also, you know, send an email,
Yeah.
or they can go on the website. But the floats usually line up along the road by the monkey farm,
Sure.
which leads down to the train station.
Yep.
We can't block Route 1,
No.
and usually there's police up there to kind of guide people. So we have them all lined up there, and then the drum corps and the scouts and the dance groups and other civic organizations, they should line up on the corner of Coulter and Main, which is right by Liberty Bank.
Sure.
And same with the torch carriers, if they
Gotcha.
want to go there. And you'll see people probably lining up between 5:30 and 6. But they do step off right at 6. You know, we don't usually delay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And if people want, as far as the email address goes, what's the email address?
Email is Old Saybrook Torchlight Parade at gmail.com.
And the website?
Old Saybrook Torchlight .com.
There you go. Very simple.
Very simple.
Very easy.
And people have found it. Like I
Have
mentioned, we've
they?
had 2,000 people, about 2,000 hits on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's,
I think about 1,700 have been unique. So people are going back, and I think I looked at the analytics the other day, and they're spending like 7 minutes on the site, which I think is good.
Wow,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I'm thinking they're looking around it and through
Right.
it all, and
Looking on all-
reading it, looking at the pictures.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, Sandy Clark from the Torchlight Committee, we're about to run out of time, so hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Okay.
All righty.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got it. On behalf of Sandy Clark, I'm Pete Mezzetti. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next time.